Alright, so I have a new project here. Oh, the terminal is not working great. I don't understand. Great start. I have a new project here. And I know it doesn't look like all that much, just a couple of things rotating. But this is hopefully it is. So I was working on this on my phone. This is pretty crazy. Hello Morris. Hello Blink. I was working on this on my phone, so probably the Windows version is not really compiling right now. I need to look that up. But the idea is that we are compiling for Windows Emscripten for browsers and eventually Linux, but I haven't started on that yet. And then I will make a short game, like more like a arcade kind of game. That is based on asteroids, and it will have some cool mechanics with physics. So I'm gonna call it Masstronaut, or with two S, Masstronaut, or so that is my idea. I hope to play just maybe not more than 2 months I will spend on it. And yeah. So funnily enough, let's see my files here. I downloaded 2 apps over Christmas. So the first one is this. I don't know if I can get the folks to work on that. I don't think it's going to focus, but it's basically a Linux terminal on your phone. Which is, this is called A code, the other one is called Termux. But this A code, it's kind of like, it's just a code editor on the phone. It works well enough. With a keyboard, I imagine it works even better. But I was typing on this. But obviously I can't do any Windows to open on the phone when I was traveling. So let's try to get, let's start with trying to get the Windows version to build. I open on this. Now this is the last version, I guess. does not match checksum. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what this is. Probably something is broken after I try to build. So for Win32. Maybe this music is too loud. I was trying to balance that. Oh wait, let's do it like this instead. So now it should be... It might just be because I'm not like really talking into the mic. But now it should be about 10 decibels lower than my voice. So, what errors do we have here? Undeclared. Why is this undeclared? That's probably an issue with the build script, actually. So handmade math is included. Okay. So am I not including handmade math here? I am. What? This is so many errors. That works. So what is the issue here? It's literally included. Clangd. Is the place where I have the primitives command in game C used for geometry? So I have this primitives, right? It's just a rectangle and a triangle. I think a rectangle is useful to like keep as a primitive because you can use that for a UI or things like that. Since you know, if it's just the unit size, then you can scale it and place it wherever. But it doesn't have to be exactly defined like this, and it depends also on because this is a vertex, so this is the color data. That's probably not useful. Later, if I would have textures, it would need UVs as well. But like all of that can probably just be like generated on the fly. but this one I calculated by hand. It's just like the equidistant triangle. But eventually I will open Blender and I will export some models, and I will import them as binary data. First time you've seen C. Well, C is what most languages are based on. It's like C and Basic, and then if you know those two, you know every language in a sense. Error unknown type name. So I am not. Am I not including this? There is some other error. I don't understand this at all. Undefined array count. Well, defines. I did make some changes like that. Yes, that's completely possible. But it's not a question about C, it's a question about the OS. Because the program can load symbols and functions from anywhere on demand. And you just need to trigger that somehow. You can, for example, you can pull the file timestamps, like when they were created, and then you see, oh, it was created later than the one that I'm using. So, actually, you can trigger, like, okay, so you have a DLL file or some other file where you're loading the functions from. You read the symbols from that file. You note the time that the file was created, and then whenever there's a new file, like every second or so, you're pulling the same file or in the same location, a specific location. Is there a newer file? And whenever there's a new file detected, then you deload the functions, and then you load the new functions from the new file, and then the old one is deleted. And like all that can be automated, and it's not really that difficult to set up. So like you can also do things like you can create an API where you're just like swapping the like data if you want to have dynamic data. Can do that, but the compilation is so quick on C that you can just literally like type in the things that you want and like compile it in half a second, and then right in front of you, like everything's updated. Okay, well, let's go one by one from the main. This is the first error. Actually, not. It's not. I changed this state. It has a struct OS. Always has global. So why are you telling me yeah, I'm not doing that. Though I don't understand why this is not already, like, why is this compiling on Emscripten? Because I didn't have this issue before. I feel like I was doing these changes already. I have game window and I have the application window. I think wasn't a window. We have the wasm window. It has a window. And then we have the game window. And the game window contains the always window. And then the point of that is that I want to have a game window that knows about everything important, like the dimensions. But then we have an always window, which has the things that I don't care about in the game, like the handle to the window or the application itself. And because that can be on Windows or Linux or on in WASM or on a browser, I will just use that as void. But it doesn't mean that I have to update this. So where was that error here? Window. We are not. It's the. Oh no. What was it? It's os.game window. So I'm fairly sure I did this before. I'm not quite sure why. this is just not there. Hmm. Well, freeze the memory that was declared with a malloc. So you have malloc, like the size you want. I want 1,000, like this, right? 100 megabytes I want. And then you store that as a pointer. Something like that, right? You need to pass it also. And now you have that 100 megabytes, and the start is here, and there's 100 megabytes of it in one continuous block. Or like you have pages on a hard drive, so it's not quite, it's not necessarily quite continuous, but like you know what I mean. It's you have 100 megabytes of address space that is continuous. Either the OS clears that when your application ends, either by crashing or by returning 0, or you can clear it by doing free. Now the issue is that if you're having an application where you are constantly doing not 100 megabyte allocations, but let's say you have 100 kilobytes, because you just need like some workable address space that you can like do something, and then you return for function, so you're deleting it again. So you're constantly allocating and freeing and allocating and freeing. Well, if you forget to free in some place, then you're having a memory leak. So what I like to do instead is I have a like master or like parent struct that is the state of the entire application, and then some things are just assigned because they can be. So like the OS is just like a struct in the states, and however large it is just the size of it. And then other things has to be pointers themselves, because you don't know the actual size of it on the compilation, because like I'm trying to make this what do you call it, OS like operating system independent. So then I just have a pointer instead in that parent struct, and I'm allocating the individual things that I need, like the graphics, because it might be OpenGL, or it might be DirectX, or it might be Vulkan, right? Window, exactly the same. It might be X11, it might be Wayland, it might be Win32, or it might be the browser window. So like I don't know the specific size, but I can tell the size of the window that is used when I'm compiling. But when I'm developing it, it needs to be more generic. And also the fact that the game literally doesn't care. It just needs to have a pointer to know that it exists. So that anything that is using the game can share the same pointer. Otherwise I would have to put that somewhere else, and like they would have to I would have to create some other structure, and it would be just unnecessary. And then about the goal of the software. The goal of the software is to make asteroids. So I don't know if we can find something. Play instantly, right? There's some random game that someone made. You see? So like this is basically what we're doing. But I have my twist. And the twist is that I want to use mechanics related to the mass of the aircraft or spacecraft. And of course, the entire purpose of it is that it's cross-compiled to multiple operating systems and environments. C is like magic? Well, I mean, C is just how the computer works, or as close to it as possible without doing, you know, hex values manually. And you know, you can write assembly in C, like inline assembly. So people do that very rarely. So here you can see, like, you can do this command ASM, and then you just have like the assembly itself. And there's another thing. I have another project here, and what I'm doing is I have a source file, and then I have this assets.s, and all this is doing, this is x86-64 assembly, right? So all this is doing is like assigning some variables that are determined on the time of compilation, so that I can get the like values of them. So you see here start, end, and size, and then I'm including the binary of like some file, and then when I'm compiling this, I can just access it in my program as the binary, and I don't have to use the operating system to load it. It's just like included in the exe. That doesn't work for everything, and it does mean that, you know, if you're on an environment that is not what do you call it again, when you have like integers start from the left or the right, what is it called? Major, minor, memory in old computers. What is it called? You know what I'm talking about. Reading from left or right integers and memory name. Endian. So big endian or little endian. If you're doing this on a big endian system, then read it in a little endian system, you're gonna have issues, and vice versa. So like but like realistically, I think everything's little endian today. Like really, I only see big endian on old game consoles. Really, I'm not sure there's anything else. But yeah. Where were we? Okay, so like it's complaining about VA list. The VA list is args. Is there a wide VA list? check this out. Like that. That was my issue. No, I might change the structure in the future. Oops. Did I? Yeah. It's just window. Okay. New project to discover a new level wrap for Casino Night Act 2 and Sonic 2. Thanks. I have not thought about Sonic games for like 2 years. Or, well, last year, or 1 year ago, I was thinking about it briefly, but not playing. I'm good, Joey. Everything considered, thank you for showing up. I'm trying to build my... I'm not used to play... I'm not used to typing with this in front of me. So, I can't see the keyboard. And I'm typing the wrong thing. Okay. Unexpected type name D word. And it was like 3-4 weeks since I did this. What is this? This looks like just copy pasted from somewhere. Format message A. What is this? It's from the... Okay. Can we just skip this for now? I'm gonna go over all that later, but... Yeah, I mean, I like to keep occupied, and I want to... There's many things I like to do than the many things that I wasn't able to do because I was always working, or I was working quite hard sometimes. But I want to make something interesting. I want to make something that people will enjoy. I want to make things that I can sell. I would like to pivot in my what is this, print A. So this is where we are doing the arcs thing again. I would like to change my career. Like, here's the thing, right? Probably I could start my own company and start freelancing, doing basically the same thing that I was doing before, but it will require me to travel a lot more than I have in the past 2 years, and that's not something that I want to do if I can avoid it. While it's fun to work in live production, it's a very taxing job. It's a job where you're away from home for 3, 4, 5 weeks at a time sometimes, and like you get a lot of free time afterwards. This is true. But if you're not passionate about the thing that you're broadcasting, then you're just kind of like going through the motions and doing it. And I am more passionate right now about programming. Undeclared function, what are you talking about? Maybe I should do something about this. Create window. Beautiful. See, I wasn't streaming for so long. I'm still figuring it out. Yeah, it's not that I don't have passion, but it's like I have. Okay, let me show you something. This is my experience. Right. Let's see. You can probably see that right. Okay. So here's volunteer work. Ah. Yeah. Sorry about that. I should probably learn how the ads work. Okay, I think you're back right now. Okay. Here's my experience. These are volunteers. This is in person, so like things that I was actually working at, and this is remote. It's not filled in actually. And okay, so 79 events. And 22 Intellect Stream Masters. If you count Pro League and ESA 1, it's like 70 or 60 or 70 events. And each event is like 2 to 3 weeks, usually 2 weeks. And it's just the same, the same motion over and over. And I don't know if you've seen any streams like this, but you have a break screen, and then you have your the camera segment, analysis, breakdown. They have some like advertisement like, who do you think is gonna win? Send your whatever online, and you can win prizes. And then break, and then it's the game, and you do that over and over and over again for weeks and months and years. And sometimes you do a different game. So like you can see that I was doing mostly Counter-Strike, I've also done like Dota, and sometimes you get something fun. Like sometimes I'm doing, you know, opening night live, or I'm doing Pokemon, or you know, whatever. Sometimes I'm going to BlizzCon to do StarCraft, and those events are like special to me because like it's the things that you remember. And if I would be doing something different than Counter-Strike, which has been like my bread and butter for the last 9 years, then okay, let's say I'm doing ice hockey or football. Like maybe that would be interesting for the next year, but then it's going to be the same thing. Like then it's going to be it's analysis, it's breakdown, it's ads, it's game time, and then halftime, and then like mid-match segment, and things like this. And you know, I am very good at what I do. Like, not to brag, but I'm pretty confident in myself, and I also have a lot of experience. So it's not that I am scared of not finding anything for the future. It's mostly like I have to figure out what I want to do, and I have to think about what I would like. Because sometimes, you know, maybe I will have my own company, plus I will be having I need to figure out how, right? Because I can definitely imagine, okay, maybe I do like 2-3 events per year, and they're each like 1 week long, and you know, that covers, you know, 10K. And that's, you know, 1/6 of my salary for the year. And then the rest of the year, maybe I have something else. So you know, like, because the thing is that I like traveling, I like operating at events, but I don't like it being, you know, 3 months in some other country, nonstop, working 13-hour days. So, that's just a short rant about that. What is the issue now? So you are complaining in there and in here that GLH is included before GLEW, except it's not. Also, this code is not active. It's on Win32, so it is active. So I have, yeah, Emscripten, and I did something like this. Yeah, like, here's the thing also, right? Like, I've heard a lot of people being insecure at jobs for IT and programming. I've heard definitely a lot about crunch for people making games or whatever else. And even if I would do something in, you know, let's imagine that I learn more about Unreal and I'm doing more AR or virtual reality and things like this. Like, it's still crunch, it's still 12-hour days, it's still travel, or it's, you know, every job has this kind of like drawback. The issue is when you're stuck doing one thing and you can't really do anything about it. I have more options right now, so I'm grateful for that. But I also don't have anything lined up, you know, like, oh, next month I will start doing this, right? So that's also why I figured I can try streaming and I can try to develop something. But I am pissed off at my own program because I was doing this and it was working, and I went on like visiting for Christmas, family and friends, and I was like doing things in Wasm, and now the Windows version is not working. And like, what is this nonsense error that GLH is included before GLEW, but it's not? I need to ask about this. So am I like just having, am I including GL somewhere else? Search. Okay. So do I have to always, okay. Because I was thinking I just needed things that wasn't there, but maybe I need more. One tweak to the code. Like, here's the thing, right? I was doing things in Wasm. I wasn't even doing anything in Win32, and then I did like a little bit of programming. Like, I don't know, I changed 200, 300, 400 lines. I rewrote them a couple times. But then, you know, I tried to compile once, and it's like 1,000 errors. Like, how can there be 1,000 errors when I wrote 400 lines in a different file? Like, that's not possible. Okay. Yep. Game. Wind. Right. I think this is not working because Clangd thinks this is turned off. This path is turned off. Oh well. So I wish this would go here instead. Window. Because now I have to remember, okay. Yeah, I mean, I have... See, the thing is, I have no real experience, like, okay, I do have real experience, right? Like, actual experience. But I don't have a computer science degree. I don't have any bachelor or anything like this in physics or programming or math. my position, while technically I was doing programming, it's not a requirement and it's not traditionally part of the work that you do. So I included programming into my job because it was interesting to me, it was useful, I could develop stuff that made us like increase the capabilities within the company to do certain things and simplify the job for myself and my colleagues. So in that sense, I was doing a lot of programming and it went pretty well. Not everything worked. I was, sometimes you are trying something and it doesn't work out. Next time it does. You know how it is, right? There's also like when you're developing, there's also a you have to try things. It's like a scientific process, right? And the problem was that, okay, suddenly I have to go to an event for 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and then I'm coming home and I'm sleeping for the entire week because, I was working 80 hours in 10 days. And then I am immediately preparing the next project, and the thing that I was working on for a month, it has to be postponed for 6 months. And then when I finally get back to it, we need to do something different. So that was like most of the times I couldn't quite integrate programming in the way that I wanted was because of these reasons. But it still taught me a lot, and like I have a lot of things. Like I can make a lot of like YouTube compilations, like showing and talking about what I was doing and how I integrated programming into my job, even though it wasn't necessarily required of me. So like I do have that. But if you haven't worked anything similar at all, then yeah, that's going to be tough. I don't really have any experience being jobless because I was in university and then I was jobless, but I didn't have any qualifications. So I was just doing, 3 months here, 6 months there, just like odd jobs, physical jobs. And then I got my job, and then I've been doing that for 9 years. And now I'm not sure, like I'm not this kind of person who is like great at networking or have a popular page talking about the cool things that I have been doing. Some people at the company I was working, they literally have, hundreds of thousands of followers on Twitter or, wherever, like YouTube, let's say. And because they were like doing that, like part of the reason they were working there was also that they were famous, they were working on these big events, and you know how it is. Or people are just like even like posting their work on Instagram and they're having 1,000 followers, and they're meeting people. They have in LinkedIn posting about, oh, we're doing this and we're doing that and we're the best in the world and like blah blah blah. And that was, I could do something like that because I was that person for my position, but I just never did. And I'm not a social media person in this way, right? Why is this undeclared? Anyway. So I'm doing a little bit of catch up, and I can't really give you any tips regarding that, but I totally get you. Oh, yeah, that's fine, that's fine. Build failed to load. Okay, build finished. Beautiful. Okay, now we can try to run it. Yeah. Render context is 0. So I probably did something in the WASM version that I wasn't doing in the OpenGL version, or the Windows version at least. Yeah, so I can say that what I'm working on literally is a portfolio. So like I have my website, right? And okay, this is just a zip, right? And you have to know like, oh, you go to my YouTube or something, and then you can download it, and blah blah blah. Like this is kind of too specific, but I made this, and you see like I have my source, and it's talking about it here. It has the actual source here. You can download it, you can read through it. It has everything is proper, I think. And the entire article also is itself, I think, interesting. And people always gave me also gave me good feedback. And I want to do something similar to this about cross-compiling for multiple systems with this simple game as the it's like kind of a placeholder. It's like a reason for the cross compilation to exist. I was thinking about, okay, should I make a simple game using a library that already does it for me, using an engine like Unreal, for example, wasn't really anything that I was thinking about, because it's not like I wanted to create something interesting, and to me this is interesting. So like I'm trying to keep myself to doing the things that are interesting to me, because that's how I found success before, and it also keeps me motivated to work on these things. But then I did post about this one on LinkedIn, and like 2 people gave me thumbs up or something. So it's hard, man. It's quite hard. So what is this context that I'm missing? Render context. I would like to collect headers on the right. This would be easier if I could get it to see that it's Win32, which I believe that should be done. No. By this batch file. Compile commands in source. So is this not having win? Is it missing something? Oh wait. Okay, now it's working, I think. I think it's this comma was just breaking it. So I need to fix. I need to fix this to remove the comma, which I think I did here. No, or the shell. If you've ever written a batch file, like this is the stupidest language ever. There's some way. Wait, maybe it's not a problem. Maybe it just didn't compile until the moment that I actually managed to compile it. Okay. So it's building. It's not working. I can step through it. So let's see. Yeah, is that a proper window? Probably the window is just not initialized correctly because of my changes, and then it can't set up the context. Is that visible, by the way? Barely visible. Okay, that's all looking fine. Pixel format. Set pixel format. Render context temp. Yeah, we have an error here. So we need to ask what is the error exactly here. Unnamed parameter. Create a rendering context. HDC. What happens if it doesn't work? Get last error. Cool. I have a, I was starting working on something with just printing the error from the get last error code, because there is another function, format message a something like that, and then you can format the error message immediately without having to print the code and like look it up, but for now that's fine. There we go. Permission failed. Hello? Exception? Where is this exception? Oh. See, I can't see the keyboard, so I'm doing some weird stuff. Okay, what is here? Return is 0, error is undefined. Did this return void? One. Minus, I think that's just invalid. Like, there's no error. And what? Now it just works? It was here. I kind of don't want to, I don't really like OpenGL on Windows. Then I would have to rewrite. I need to a way to also, I need a way to actually debug OpenGL, so I do need to use it. This doesn't make sense to me. So what is this error? Like it's What is this? What is this error? What was this called? Create context. Is there a is this something related to this function not being defined? Because I get this error with the debug info, right? That's fine, I just need to recompile it. I don't need it. But oops. I have to initiate glue, maybe? I don't quite remember this, but like you create a context and then you set that up and then you delete it because you're making a different one later. And you set the version you want here. Wait. Did I forget? here due to error. Yeah, here. I don't like this part of the platform code. Oh, we have an error. Get less error. So for 6, invalid handle. Where did we get that? I should. 2000. What is 2000? Invalid pixel format. So this is a good sign. But I'm making the pixel format later. Choose pixel format. So I can set the pixel format, there's no error. And then I want to create the device context temporary. And it tells me that it's the invalid pixel format. But that should be fine because I'm just using it temporarily. I'm not sure. Where is it? Pixel format. What was it? Invalid. And what is the next one? Make. So let's see what Gemini has to say. I can't set the fixed pixel format more than once. But I don't get it. I'm not setting this anywhere else. This is external. This is the only place I'm calling this. And I set the thing. I set the pixel format. There's no error. I get the thing. Like, this doesn't make sense. I didn't set the pixel format, okay. Choose pixel format? I did. And then create, like, what? This is literally what I'm doing. What? Okay, so I have my pixel format descriptor, right? The size of this, what the fuck? Version, draw to window, support OpenGL, double buffer, RGBA, 32, bunch of zeros, 24, stencil bits 8, main plane, bunch of zeros, yeah? Then choose pixel format. I do, no errors. Set pixel format, and that was an error, right? No errors. Only then can you call create context function. I do, and that's an error. Get DC null. I'm not using get DC null. I am creating my own window. Am I creating the window after? That might be the issue, actually. Graphics init. Where is that? It's after window init. So is there a window here? I didn't see one. It's not, there's no window here. Window in it. Create window. Setup window. Create window exa. Return success. Where is my fucking window? Hello? I don't see it. Okay, let me try something. Let's ignore all of that. Use program. Well, it's not really. There is no window. Why is there no window? I want my window, please. Why is there no window? I'm returning successful. Because this is... This literally creates the window. Like it pops up. Am I not making it visible? I think I'm making it visible. Window 132. I am definitely setting it to visible. Show window. Is this not registered? Or is the... Oh, wait. No. I need to look at actually how I'm creating this. So we're allocating everything. Oh. Here's OS, game window, and we didn't really do anything yet. And then OS window is not set up. So this is 0. Or what? This is 0. So how is this something? I don't really know how the casting works when it's not actually a pointer, but I guess it took 0 somehow. Okay, so now it should create my window. No? Still no window? Style EX client, okay. Show code. Handle. There's no hand. Oh, there's no handle. Why is there no handle? Is there something else here that is not? Wait. It's definitely not 4. What is going on? This is something very strange. What does it mean when it gives 0 and not invalid handle value? There's something deeply wrong about my project. The return value is null. It doesn't give back invalid handle value. Okay. If I guess something is wrong with my print function also. It's not set up. Access violation reading location 57F. What is that coming from? So we have state is not found, okay. They do exist. It's D word, right? 1407. So can you print it? No, why can you not print it? What is going on? Args, this is causing a huge issue. Args is yeah. Because this is literally oh wait, I'm not even reading my own code. What is going on? Not in German. Format. So do I put message and buff args there? vprintf. There's a lot of things I want to do. So I want to well, I kind of just want to finish the platform layers. Didn't print anything. It did. 1407. So what is this? Can't find window class. Did I not define it just before? Class name. Oh, I do need to do that. Register class. And then print to do. getting. There we go. Okay, we have something. That was sad. I missed registering this because I was overzealous commenting this out, and then everything just kind of messed up. But we have our window. Now we can register OpenGL and everything should be great. Let's not do that. Now, location 30. What is location 30 here? Yes, this is 0. SP is 0. And it's in OpenGL. Well, okay, SP, sure. The draw function is the same for both. See, here we have Emscripten, right? And then that's at the end. And then we have check error that's static, like between both. Create shader entity, blah blah blah. So why in the hell? Why is it equal null pointer? That doesn't make any sense. Okay. So I'm just creating some null pointer. If it's not the same, then use the shader entity one. I guess the shader entity is never actually assigned of a program. So that's only done in Emscripten right now. Where do I assign that actually? Shader program, that would be the window. So shader entity, shader programs, where graphics setup. It should only be the initialization that is specific. Create shader entity, create shader program. Graphic setup. So it is here. No? It's called there, so okay. I need to step through it or something because I'm not really sure what's going on here. Wait. I think I might already see it. We do init. Setup. We compile everything, right? So we have graphics. No. Okay, this seems to be set up. And we don't have an entity yet. And we still don't have an entity. Where did I create this entity? Well, in the game. Sure, we. Ask ahead. Graphic setup. A condiment, then that would be peanut sauce. So like this is never created? Who's responsible for creating the entity? That should be the initialization here. Projection, push message, pop message, process, game init, entity count, here's an entity being set up. Update, draw. Who is like, okay, we have the entity count. That's after game init though, so that's going to be 0, I guess. Sure thing. You're welcome, BBBB. So it's graphics setup, and if I create the program, I create here. This entity count is 0, so like this is just completely skipped. So I need to figure out exactly. I guess maybe init should always be at the top. That should be working, I think. Yes. Okay. We're getting somewhere. No critical errors. But I don't see the entities. Probably, I think they're using the wrong. I think the position is set up incorrectly. I don't think, because I'm doing something in the WASM to be polling the, like basically I have here a message system. So I have a number of callback functions, and so touch is one, for example. Resize is another, and this is my callback. All it does is like reading the size, width and height, packing that into a U64, and then pushing a message to the game and returning like whatever this needs to return, Boolean. So then I'm processing that in my game, and this is kind of like the traditional loop. That's how I wanted it to work, because I need some way to communicating between the OS and the game without bridging the border where the game starts including things from the OS, right? But of course I'm not doing that in Windows right now, so I need my Win32 window. I need to detect the size of the window. Now this is the thing also. I am Hopla. Right now I am only like a certain, or like I'm assigning the size 320 or something. A 300 and 200, right? This is the default size. I can change that. I don't know necessarily that I want. But at the end of all of this, I need to figure out I need to figure out a way. I need to set up my window processing loop, and that would be going here. this is not final. This should be on different threads. So I want the updates to be like the physics step should be on one thread, and the draw should be on a different one. Right now they're on the same one because this is still experimental. Can I skip now? But I don't think I'm processing any messages right now. Let's see. That's also why the window. So you notice it's running or something. I can't do anything because I'm not processing the messages. So I need to set that up. It shouldn't have the same name, process messages. So, what we should do. There's two. There's get message, and there's the other one. Peak message, and peak message is the one we want at the moment because it's single threaded. But I think get message is what we want eventually. Not a huge issue right now, peak message. Because I want to process the messages as soon as they come in later, if it's on a different thread. But for now, this is fine. Peak message, do we have examples? No. I need to double check my own program source. OS, maybe, window, here we go. Yep. Peak. Oops. No? Where is this? Main? Okay, this doesn't make sense to me. Search. Get module. Here we go. Okay. this is what we need. So doing that should be enough to just move the window around. If I don't break there. Actually, like this. Yeah. So now it's just processing the messages like you would expect. I can resize it and whatever. I don't have this style where the buttons are to close it, but that's for later. But now I want to hijack. It's funny, you can see. So that's still part of the window, but when I go from the very top and below, it deletes it. And it doesn't, update in real time. But yeah, now we're processing messages, but we can go one level deeper, and this is what I wanted to do. I needed to get the real, the real message queue. Query active thing now. Where is that? Yeah, that's one error A. No, that's my, really? So that's the window function then, yeah. Yeah, this is the one I need. And I need to register that somewhere. Yes, in the actual window thing. Win32 window, yeah. Window prog, okay, I already have it. That's nice. So the message is just an integer. No. VM mousely or something. No. it should be printing every time I'm doing something. So I guess this is not actually executing. Nope. Why is that? Where did the... Oh. So, why is my mouse not leaving? Why could that be? Mouse move. Let's try this one instead. That's probably easier to check for. Like that. Oh, mouse left. The printing is slower than the actual messages, I think. So that is working. I don't know why the mouse left one didn't work, but okay, something is working at least. So what we need to find is the VM resize, I believe. Size. After its size has changed. So we are polling for this. And if... Can I go to defaults? Is this not a label? I can do that. So then it prints something, and then it goes here, and then it does the default thing. Yep. Or we can do everything ourselves, but then it doesn't actually update anything other than what you said. And I just want the game to know what is the size. So we go here, and what did we do? We need to do something similar with it was here, yeah. So this thing, we need to get the state, which we have. We have that. We need to get the width and the height. The width and the height is from the W program, maybe. Yes, so they have some macro to get the low order. We intended to param high order something. I forget what the macro is. Low word. Where is this? Height is the high word. Yeah. So then we push that into the game, and then we do the fall through thing. Why are you doing that? Whatever. That does not. Did I not? No. State is. How did that happen? State is null pointer. Why? Get prop A. set prop A. Is that a 0? No. In Win32 window, wait. Are we processing window size messages before we actually have a window? Like, I'm initiating the window. Immediately it goes here. At what point? Here? Create window. So why would create window do this push? Okay, I have an idea. I think what's happening is it is doing the VM size before I have a chance to set the state. And it's doing that, you know, it's doing that immediately, so I have no chance to set it up. Oh, where is my window loop? Here. So I do the create window X immediately. I go into here, and then because I didn't get the prop A, I get that 0. Now, is there a way for me to set? I think no, because I need a handle before I can set the prop. So I just have to do what I need to do is I go in here, find my window proc here, and then, you know, if state equals null pointer, then let's just do that and return. That means that I'm not doing this. which means that whenever I'm setting the window size otherwise, so here's what I was doing in Wasm, right? I have this resize, and the resize is just a function, so I'm just calling that function when I'm initializing the window. I could do the same, so I can go into actually, let's see, yeah, resize projection. Okay, so I can go into my poker face. No, not the window proc. Here, I can go and copy this. Then I go into the init. I don't know where I'm gonna get the sizes from. But and the game doesn't care about the window or anything, so it's just calculating the projection with the size. So that will work out just fine. This was 300 and this was 200. So now I'm setting it up. The view matrix will not be 0, and I should see something. Yes. And I can even resize it, though it doesn't scale with the window, or it inversely scales with the window, I guess. It's even... Thank you. But this is, you know, that projection is not, something is wrong with that. I don't know, why is it like that? I think I'm getting the wrong sizes. Because, if I do this, I don't care. Actually, I can do... this works fine for any size. See, it's not squished, or the moment that I'm doing this, it is squished, but like it corrects itself immediately. And you can see it has the correct sizes here. Yeah. So there's nothing wrong with the math. It's something about the size. Now I don't know. I am. Oh. What is that? That doesn't look correct. Window. And the first one looks good. So like the math is not wrong. 285, 161. Well, I'm printing flow, so that's probably why. What? Don't need to do that. And is that correct? I forget the size of my monitor. Yeah, okay. But the push message doesn't run immediately. It only runs when I'm parsing the messages. And I'm parsing the messages on the same frame. But something is off about it. And then the game processes all of them at one go. Like I'm scrolling this around, I'm peeking, but it's still locking it. Well, I guess you can see that it's locked right now. And then all of them are processed in one go. And the last one wins. 318, 396. But that's not the one. That wasn't the latest one. 368. It's processing in the reverse fucking order. Damn, okay, that makes sense. Okay. But why? Going from 0. So here's the thing, right? I'm pushing and popping. Push message count. Let's actually see that in action. Breakpoints. Game. I have a bunch of messages and pop. We are coming from here. We have the state with message count 600 messages. And the messages themselves are in where are they actually? Messages. Okay. Here's all the messages. So we have the command, which is resize, and then the data, which is the actual size of it. They are slightly different. This is 21, this is 17, 13, so it's getting smaller, right? They are U64s, they are U32s, or I32s smushed together into a U64. That's why it looks like that, but you can still see 17, 13, 95, 97, and so on. If we look at the output, we would expect from the first message, okay, 61, it will go down. So, no, it's 62, 62, 63, 64, 64, 65. This is jumping. Mm-hmm. $61. So how 57? It's not 57. Here. Is it later? What? It's increasing, not decreasing. wasn't that actually. Okay, we have 21, we have 17. They are both the same. Really? $285, $161, right? And then 286, 161. Okay. So it goes on. It's in the same order. We're processing from the top downwards. So the first message, I should be able to just see them being. Am I clearing them out, by the way? I am not clearing them out. I probably should do that. Pop message. No, I can't do that. Why not? Message count. Oh, I am reading from the end. Okay. I want to read from the top. Or like the start. Let me take this. Wait, is that used anywhere? call it I, just to make it a bit more obvious. I can't do that. Doesn't work. See, I'm still trying to learn a few like C specific things. I am writing C all the time, but I didn't use the compiler as much. I'm mostly compiling in C++, but this is all in C. So the index is this. So now it should be reading from the start, from the beginning. No. So what does it say? Window goes to 85.7, it's rising. Game goes to 85.7, 9, it's rising. 293, 2943. So why is it so wrong? Is it like just regardless? It's just inverted no matter what. So it's consistent, but it's consistently wrong. I wonder if the height and width are inverted. Low order is the width. And then width is that. I think this is flipped. No, wait. I am putting the width on the high. Not the other way around. Right? Size. At 2981 height. Oh wait. Width is rising. Width is rising. So what is the projection saying? Window dimensions. So we're having this something 2000. Like, I don't know. Why would that work in a browser but not on Windows? I think Windows is doing something that I'm not asking it to. Do that, but don't push the message there. Yeah, see, I'm telling you, Windows is doing something about the render area. Let's compare actually. So I can build what? Yeah. Well, it's not a fair comparison because this is using a different loop. And I don't know actually how it's dealing with. Well, you can see that it's centering it, which I am happy with, but it doesn't adjust the it doesn't distort them, except the moment that I'm actually dragging the window because, you know, whatever, it's not drawing fast enough or something. But the size is exactly the same, and the position is correct relative to the rest of the window. Here, the size is the same, but the position is wrong. And I don't really know the reason why. Like, I could figure it out. In game, okay, let's try one more thing. Let's do this, but we don't go there. We return 0 or null, whatever. Right? That's what it should be. Yeah, it depends on the message. What is the default message? It should return 0. So, there you go. Oh. It's also inverted, like the projection. Like, okay, this projection is supposed to go from 0, minus 1600 to plus 1600, right? The problem is, this position is 0. I can prove it to you by going to the entity, first entity, translation, XY0, right? Rotation, you know, it's rotating, you can see it, that's the rotation, current rotation, it goes in full turns, so this is like 60% done. And if we follow the code down here, you should also be able to see that we are having the E translation is 0, so we get the unit vector here. Yep. Or unit matrix, I mean. And then it draws it, and for some reason it's not in the middle. Like, I don't know why. That doesn't make sense to me. I need to figure out why. Maybe ChatGPT knows. Maybe Gemini Copilot. Oh. Wait, what is my actual... This is my render production. Everything is corrupt except the OS is giving blah blah blah. Like, I don't know the viewport. Did I set that? I don't ever call it, but like, why do I need to? This is the first time I hear about this. The lower left corner. Okay, so should I don't know what to do. Should I put that here? Like, not really. Okay, this is the game, I've just realized. But here, for example, in my what? Window proc. I push that and oh no. And I set this viewport thing. But it doesn't know about OpenGL. Or does it? Should it? It should. No? Expression unused, that's fine. I'm putting it at minus this half. Minus h divided by 2. And then the width is W and height is height. Oh, something happens. 0, 0. Why is 0, 0 at the corner then? Okay, the initial value was 0, 0, but I set it differently. So what happens if I do this? It will happily accept it. Nothing happened. It still works. But then this is at 0, 0. I don't want it to be 0, 0. Well, okay. Obviously, the solution here is this and this. I'm not even gonna do that. I'm gonna do 0 to the full thing, right? Stop that. And now it should be in the middle. No. Well, okay, because they aren't in the middle. Now they're in the correct space. If I would initialize it to be, you know, 1000 and 500, then they are see when it's like at 500, you're gonna be like half seeing it because the middle is defined as the middle, and if it's, you know, 1000, it will be in the middle of the screen, and so on and so forth. Now I don't know what happened to the 100, 500. Ah, here it is. Oh, because 0 is, it's 1000. Okay. Yeah. Now it makes more sense. This follows the bottom because the bottom is the origin. But yeah. The problem is now I have Yeah, that was a long time. Now I do this. This is completely messed up. Actually, it's like the same. 100. Yeah. Oh no, they are fucked up. Why are they fucked up like that? The resolution is very low. It's working, but why is the... this should go into the build. That's the reason why it's doing that. View, Explorer, and... So I'm doing this, yeah. I want to do the same like this on on this batch. I forget how to do it. Clang flags. Here we go. There we go. Oh. Macro redefined. It's in the here as well. Oh. Game. Oh, it's very fast. But it looks correct. I don't know why it's so fast though. Something about the setup. Because I'm doing I have my window loop. It takes the frame rate. The frame rate is set in window init. So it's the first thing. I don't know. But I got most of the things working. I like the speed. Something is going on here. I have to check it out. But I think that's good for today. I got the Windows version working. It seems to compile just fine. I was scared there was going to be some issues simply because I made a lot of changes while being away and like programming on my phone. But I'm happy with that for today. I need to go and eat something. And I will think more about for tomorrow where to put these things. But I'm going to add, or I'm going to push my changes, right? No, I don't want to update because you're updating every fucking week. So, right, what we did today, we fixed Win32 version and the window, but some things. Like we need to update. So if I have a world and I'm like moving around in the world, that's one thing in 3D. But if I just want to have UI elements, it means I have to like recalculate all the time based on the bottom left anchor. Yeah, okay, but we need to anchor everything to the bottom left. So, in case anyone is wondering, you can go to my website and you can find this, this one. You can find my link to my GitLab, and in here you will find Emscripten. You can actually find it here on the personal projects. Emscripten, and here is the entire source. It's public. You can download. You can play with it, whatever you want. Build something yourself. But yeah, just be aware of that. When it starts getting more complete, I'm going to make an article similar to this one, just talking about how I did it, or like what is nice about it, or like what was it like to write it, you know? Because right now I'm quite frustrated with the fact that it's very difficult to debug anything on Wasm. I would love if I could run Wasm just on Windows and use my normal debug tools. That doesn't really seem to be the case that I can use that. So instead I have to use Firefox debugging or whatever, and like it just doesn't really work. And that's also part of the reason why I wanted to have like multiple operating systems, because I literally don't know how to debug effectively on Chrome or Firefox. So if I don't have a Windows version, then or Linux version, even though debugging on Linux is also kind of annoying, apparently. I haven't tried it really, but I've heard it's not nice. It's much better on Windows with the tools. So that will be interesting to write later. But like without Windows, I wouldn't really be able to use my normal debugging tools, and that would be a problem for me. So that's, you know, for making the game itself, I really need that. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will come back tomorrow. See ya.